They don't introduce themselves as a narcissist. They introduce themselves as your soulmate, the most intense connection you've ever felt. Someone who sees you, understands you, completes you. And that feeling, that's not love, that's the trap. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you how to recognize a narcissist before they take years of your life. Not after the damage is done, before, because the signs are there from day one. You just weren't taught what to look for. Let's start with how it begins. Psychologists call it love bombing. But it doesn't feel like manipulation. It feels like destiny. They text you constantly. Not normal getting to know you texts. Deep texts. Philosophical texts. I've never met anyone like you. I feel like I've known you my whole life. You're not like other people. This is called mirroring. A narcissist becomes whoever you need them to be. You love deep conversations. Suddenly they're a philosopher. You value loyalty. They've been hurt by disloyal people too. You want adventure. They've been waiting for someone brave enough. Here's what's actually happening. They're not connecting with you. They're studying you. Every vulnerable thing you share becomes data. Research done at Ohio State University found that people with narcissistic traits are exceptionally skilled at first impressions. They know what you want to hear, and they become it. The intensity feels like chemistry. But chemistry happens over time. This is strategic. They're moving fast because the real them can't be hidden forever. So they create addiction before you see the truth. Which brings us to the neuroscience nobody talks about. When someone love bombs you, your brain releases dopamine. A lot of it, more than a normal relationship should, because the intensity is unnatural. The attention is constant. The future promises come too fast. Your brain gets flooded. And just like any addiction, you start craving it, needing it, organizing your life around maintaining it. This is why leaving becomes so hard later. You're not just leaving a person, you're withdrawing from a drug. Let's talk about the red flags that were there from the beginning. The ones you explained away. Red flag 1, they have no close long-term friends. They'll have explanations. People are shallow. I've been betrayed before. I'm selective about who I let in. But here's the pattern. Everyone in their past is an ex-enemy. Every previous relationship ended with them being the victim. Every friend eventually showed their true colors. Normal people have some lasting connections. Narcissists burn every bridge, because eventually, everyone sees through them. Red flag 2, they move the relationship forward aggressively fast. 3 dates in and they're talking about moving in together. 2 weeks in and they're using the word soulmate. A month in and they're talking marriage. This isn't passion, it's pressure. They're trying to lock you in before you have time to think clearly. Research published in the Journal of Personality shows that narcissists use rapid relationship escalation as a control tactic. Because once you're committed, once you've told everyone about this amazing person, once you've rearranged your life, leaving becomes harder. Red flag 3, they test your boundaries early. Small at first, they show up unannounced. I just missed you. They text during your work meeting. Just checking if you still love me. They ask to see your phone. If you have nothing to hide, single quotes, these aren't signs of love. They're tests, testing how much control you'll accept. Testing if you'll defend your boundaries. Testing if you'll prioritize their feelings over your own discomfort. And if you pass their tests by failing yourself, they know they can control you. Now we get to the part that keeps you trapped. Trauma bonding. This is where the love bombing ends, and the real pattern begins. They start withdrawing the affection they flooded you with, not all at once. That would be too obvious. Intermittently, some days you get the person from the beginning. Some days you get coldness. Psychologists call this intermittent reinforcement. It's the most addictive pattern in behavioral psychology. Gambling addicts stay at slot machines because they win sometimes. If they never won, they'd quit. If they always won, there'd be no thrill. The unpredictability is what creates addiction. That's what a narcissist does to your emotions. Sometimes they're incredible, sometimes they're cruel. You never know which version you're getting. So, you stay, trying to solve the puzzle, trying to get back to the beginning. But here's what you need to understand. The beginning was never real. That version of them was a performance. This version, this is who they are. A study in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships found that narcissists create intense initial bonds specifically to establish control. Once control is established, the mask comes off, and by then, you're bonded? Not to the real them, to the dopamine rush of the version they performed. You're not fighting for the relationship. You're fighting for the drug. So how do you protect yourself? First, trust slow burns, not instant intensity. Real love builds. It doesn't explode. If someone is overwhelming you with attention in the first few weeks, that's not a green flag, that's a warning. Healthy people respect pace. They're okay with uncertainty at the beginning. They don't need to lock you down immediately. Second, watch what they say about their past. If everyone in their history is a villain, you will be too, eventually, because the pattern never changes. Only the cast. Third, notice how they handle no. This is the most important test. Set a boundary. I can't talk right now. I'm working. I need some time with my friends this weekend. I'm not comfortable with that yet. Do they respect it? Or do they push back, make you feel guilty, turn it into a conversation about how you don't love them enough? That response tells you everything. Healthy people respect boundaries even when disappointed. Narcissists see boundaries as obstacles to overcome. Fourth, if your gut feels off, it probably is. You know that feeling when something seems perfect but feels wrong. When you can't explain why you're uneasy, that's not anxiety. That's your subconscious noticing patterns your conscious mind is trying to explain away. Neuroscience research shows that your gut feeling processes information faster than your rational mind. It sees the inconsistencies, the micro-expressions, the moments where the mask slips. Listen to it. The hardest part about recognizing a narcissist is accepting that the person you fell for doesn't exist. They were a mirror, showing you what you wanted to see. But mirrors don't love, they reflect. If you're in this situation now, the version of them you're holding onto is not coming back, because that version was never there. And if you're not in this situation, but you recognize these patterns from your past, you're not stupid, you're not broken. You were targeted by someone who specializes in this. And now you know what to look for. That knowledge is your protection. More on emotional independence next time.